Let's move on to number 3. So now for question 3, we're moving on to circle sectors. So rather than the entire circle, find the area of the sectors formed by angle UTV. So here is UTV. So I'm finding basically that reddish salmon colored sector. That's my goal right now. So I'm just going to use my formula. So the area of a circle sector formula, that was m over 360 equals pi r squared. The m in this case is 70. 70 over 360. The radius is 8. If you want to just go ahead and make that a 64, rather than writing that out, that's totally fine. And again, you can plug this whole thing into your calculator at once, and I'm getting 39.1 inches squared. So that would be the area of the circle sector. So you're just kind of using that formula, put the formula in a box, plugging and chugging. All right, number 4, find the area of circle V. So now we do want the area of the entire circle, and they are telling us in this problem, they're telling us that the area of the sector, the little reddish, pinkish, salmon colored sector, is 35. So again, we're going to use our same formula, our m over 360 pi r squared, but we're sort of working backwards. So they are giving us the area of the sector. That goes in for the area of a sector. 35 goes right there. The m, we also do know the m is 40, the central angle, 40 over 360. Pi r squared. I do not know my radius. And we'll talk a little bit more about this in a second. And if you want, okay, you have a couple different choices. Some people solve this all the way for r and then put it back in. But if you think about this, the goal is the area of a circle. How do you find the area of a circle? It's pi r squared. That would be this right here. So basically my goal is to find out what that equals. What I want to do then to get that is to get rid of this fraction, this 40 divided by 360. So I need to get rid of that. So I'm going to divide. I'm dividing by 40 over 360. So I'm doing 35 divided by a fraction. 35 divided by 40, 360th. And you can type that whole thing into your calculator, and I get 315 equals pi r squared. So really, that is my answer, 315 meters squared. And I do sometimes have students that from here, so you're done, you can move on, but I do sometimes have students that like divide out a pi, they find the r, and they put it back in your formula, but you're just doing more work than you really need to. Okay, if you have questions about example 4, you can email me as well. All right, question 5. A rectangular wall has an entrance cut into it. You want to paint the wall. So this blue part is what you are painting. To the nearest square foot, what is the area of the region that you need to paint? So, again, this is also very useful to figure out the surface area of a wall that you want to paint, so that when you go to Home Depot or when you order your paint from Lowe's, Menards, you're getting the right amount of paint. You don't want to buy extra gallons of paint, waste your money. You don't want to run out of paint halfway through your paint project. So it's a good idea to know about how much paint you're going to need, what the surface area of the wall is. So basically, if we look at our diagram, here would be what we are painting, this blue part. So how I would think about it personally, not that this is the only way to do it, but I would think about finding the area of the whole wall if there wasn't that archway. Find the area of the whole thing, and then I would kind of subtract out this little archway that you're not going to be painting, or that hole. So let's start with the whole wall, pretending there wasn't anything in there. It's 36 feet. Where did I get that? Right here. They told us. Then the height, 10 plus 16 is 26 feet. So if it was, no windows or doorways, 36 by 26, I would get 936 square feet. So that would be the entire surface area. Then let's think about what we don't need to paint so that we don't buy more paint than we need. If we look at that kind of archway, that is also two shapes. The bottom shape is a rectangle, and that actually it's a square if I look at it. It's 16. The diameter there at the top, I'll make it red, is 16. And the height right here, how did I get that, is also 16. So that is a 16 by 16 square. 16 times 16 is 256 square feet. So maybe I'll put it over here. We started with 900 and I think I wrote that wrong. I'm sorry. 936. So sorry about that. Let me change that. 36 times 26. I'm just looking at my work. Is 936 square feet. Okay, so 936, we're going to subtract out 256 for this rectangle. I'll make it striped in red. Then we also need to find that little top semicircle, and we will also be subtracting that amount out and getting our full answer here. So this top part, I will make this kind of lime green up here, or grass green, is a semicircle, a hemisphere, half a circle. So that is going to be 1/2 of a circle, 1/2 pi r squared, my area formula, times 1/2. And I'm just using 1/2. If you wanted to put like 180 for the measure of the central angle over 360, that just simplifies to 1/2. So I'm kind of going ahead and doing that. What is the radius? So look at your circle, your picture, and I might need to erase some of this. Your diameter is 16, so your radius is 8. How did I get that 16? They gave it to me right here in the diagram. The diameter of that circle is 16. The radius should be half, is 8. So here I am, 1/2 times pi times 8 squared. I can put this whole thing into my calculator. That gives me 100.53. So I'm going to go back over here. So we had the whole wall, 936. We're subtracting out the square, 16 by 16 square, 256, and then we're subtracting out that semicircle, 100.53. So to the nearest square foot, and sometimes that will come up on the homework, and I miss that kind of thing too, 580 square feet. Sometimes I'll forget to round, and you'll think you have the wrong answer, and you're just not rounding to the place they want you to round to. Okay, so the homework problems will be up on Big Ideas. You can join me in the Google Meets for help. You can email me. If I get a lot of requests, I'll make a video. If I get a couple, I might just write out the work. And here are the questions, pretty short and sweet here for the summary. 1, what is the formula for the area of a circle? What is a circle sector, and what is the formula used to find the area of a circle sector?